Hello and welcome to Diaspora Digital Media. The editorial today is on Picking from the Pieces of Okwuama and Beyond. Now that Odi and Zaki-Biam have resurrected in Okwuama, the hitherto less known Okwuama community in Nigeria's southern state of Delta is now the center of global attention, courtesy of a bloodletting matchup between suspected armed militants and the Nigerian army. Okwama now becomes synonymous with communities like Zaki-Biam, Odi, and other places where civilian and army infractions resulted in wanton killings and destruction of properties. On the 20th of November 1999, the Nigerian military reportedly acting on the orders of the then President Olusegun Obasanjo invaded Odi, a predominantly Ijaw community in Kolokoma, Opokoma local government area of Bayelsa State, and killed many, including women and children, leaving the community, leveling the community to the ground in the process. The attack was a reprisal for the killing of 12 policemen and an ambush of soldiers by a militia that apparently used the civilian population of Odi as its cover. The Zaki-Biam massacre, nicknamed Operation No Living Thing, was a mass execution of hundreds of unarmed civilians in Benue State by the Nigerian army between the 20th and the 24th of October 2001. The massacre was carried out to prevent the killing of 19 soldiers whose mutilated bodies were found on the 12th of October 2001 near some Tiv villages in Benue State. Similar incidents have taken place over the years, but none came close to the scale of Odi and Zaki-Biam until recently when the Okoma incident occurred. Contrary to earlier reports, which painted Okwama people as the aggressor, facts have now shown that the Nigerian army flagrantly abused the military code of conduct and rules of engagement when they turned what was supposed to be a peace meeting to a massacre event. DDM gathered that military personnel arrived in two gunboats on Thursday, March 14, for a purported peace talk between Okwama and Okoloba communities. At the end of the said meeting, they, the military, insisted on taking away the Okwama community chairman and other leaders for further interrogation, which the people resisted. Their resistance reportedly infuriated the soldiers who rained bullets at the meeting venue, slaying about 50 persons. The Nigerian army, in a manner only fit for external aggression, struck, leaving blood and tears in its wake. They were not in a hurry to leave the community, hence giving suspected armed militants enough time to lay ambush along the waterways. Late in the evening, as they made their way back home, the suspected militants struck successfully, killing 17 soldiers. 17, 1 7. DDM sources in Ogieli Delta State and credible news tabloids like Vanguard newspapers and Premium Times have corroborated this. On the next day, 15th of March, the military returned to Okwama, shooting indiscriminately and causing residents to flee. DDM is not justifying the killing of the soldiers, but truth be told, the unprovoked killing of Okwama people during the reported or purported peace talk was equally reprehensible and outrageous. The army should have shown restraint. There is absolutely no justification or rationale for self help in this country, in any country. Okwama currently lies in ruins, houses raised in flames, even as decomposing bodies line the empty streets. We align with the position of an elder statesman, a veteran politician, and business tycoon, Chief Otuita Toyo. He said, and I quote, those peace mediators, referring to the soldiers, could have de escalated and resolved to revisit the matter at a more appropriate time and place. Toyo added, if they found it necessary, they would have invited the police into the matter, who, along with the military intelligence unit, would be more likely to arrive at a less violent outcome without so much loss to the nation. End of quote. Those military personnel took laws into their hands by literally firing the first shot and then returning for a revenge when their men were waylaid and murdered. Turning their weapons against the citizens amounts to treason. They were giving rifles not to destroy the masses but to protect them. We support the hunt for the killers of the soldiers. They have to be brought to book. We also call on the federal government to ensure that families of victims murdered by the soldiers before and after the killing of their colleagues get justice. Curiously, incidences where troops have been ambushed by armed gangs, bandits, herders, and even terrorists in other parts of the country, especially in the north, have never led to a reprisal against the civilian population who may have no hands in the attack on the troops. Issues like this must be handled with very strict carefulness, wisdom, and sincerity. May wise counsel prevail on this. In conclusion, the tragic events unfolding in Okwuama serves as a stark reminder of the complex dynamics at play in civilian military relations and the urgent need for sustainable solutions to prevent further bloodshed. The loss of innocent lives, both civilian and military, underscores the devastating impact of conflict and the imperative for all stakeholders to prioritize dialogue, restraint, and accountability. Traditional rulers and elders should take the initiative of creating intra community conflict resolution and reconciliation committees to seek ways of amicable settlement of disputes in a transparent and timely manner. Moving forward, it is incumbent upon the Nigerian government, military leadership, local authorities, and community representatives to come together in a spirit of cooperation and reconciliation. This includes conducting thorough investigations into the events in Okwama, ensuring justice for the victims, and implementing measures to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. Moreover, there must be concerted efforts to address the underlying grievances and socio-economic challenges facing communities across the country by investing in education, job creation, infrastructure development, and conflict resolution mechanisms. We can foster greater stability, prosperity, and unity for all Nigerians. Ultimately, the path to peace and progress requires a commitment to upholding human rights, promoting dialogue, and building trust between security forces and civilian populations. As we mourn the lives lost in Okwama and other communities, let us recommit ourselves to the pursuit of a more just, inclusive, and peaceful society for all generations and the future. That was the wrap on the sad editorial. I remain Ron Palm Jr. Thanks for watching.